Phillip Island, race 2, round 5 in the Yokohama V8 Ute series. We've got a restart. Kim Jane is the man who leads the way from Ben Dunn, who of course started from pole position. Third spot is Chris Pither, then Andrew Fisher and Jack Ellsgood.
Kim Jane there holding his spot going down through turn 1. Really surprised at how much pace Ben Dunn's got in that red-ass Falcon. That is sensational. He's really holding with Jane.
And we know that Kim is a quick racer, but has had the weekend of woe like you wouldn't believe. They found a stripped bolt in the lower control arm in Friday practice, so he's been working his way through the order all weekend, and now Ben Dunn is sneaking on through, but he's on the wrong side for the next one.
Yeah, you're going to have to be a demon under brakes to get around the outside of Kim Jane at the best of time. Have a look at Pither, slide down the inside underneath Dunn as well. That is experience right there, Aaron.
And that's the price you pay. If you go for the move and you don't make it, you leave the door open, you pay the price.
He telegraphed it pretty early. So Pither has slid in there nicely, just looking back through the pack as we go on board with Jack Ellsgood at the quadrant on board. Coming up to the hay shed, he's got Fisher in front of him there. And he's got McDonald right behind him. He's been in great form too, McDonald.
5 laps in and it's not any less scarier.
No, it's not.
Ellsgood under the gun. Had a good pre-round test at Eastern Creek Raceway, but then again so did the team that is chasing him down. Kim Jane leading the way, but look at them all banking up.
Yeah, and that's what this part of the circuit does. That's why it's such a wonderful circuit to race at. They come around the hay shed at about 200k an hour, and then you have to pull it up really, really quick to get over Lukey Heights. Just bunches the field up beautifully.
Ben Dunn back to third. It's 1-2 for Holden at the moment. Now Chris Pither there has got a
Jane, the big understeer off onto the main straight at a lazy 220 k's an hour.
I was really worried about the smoking tyre on the right front of Chris Pither's car, but I kind of didn't see the fact that Kim Jane was firing off the road at 200 k's an hour.
Exactly right. That's what you don't want, is a rubbing tyre. Oh, and another bump into turn 1. Jack Ellsgood played rugby. Biggest hip and shoulder you'll ever see. That is out of control.
Now, it's one thing to get past and run off the road, but then to get one in that door at turn 1, that's just, there's no sympathy involved here.
I'd love to see these two in the pits after this race. I reckon it's going to be a cracker. I'm going to put 20 on Ellsgood, though.
Back with Jane, trying to get some rhythm again. McDonald behind, then Grant Johnson, who, of course, leads the championship. Don't forget, though, they give points for qualifying as well as for racing in the Ute Championship, so you need to be on the game all the time.
Well, Craig Dontis, moments ago, you're in the thick of that battle. Now you're standing here in pit lane with me, and some would say that's probably not where you want to be. What happened?
Oh, probably the word is disappointing. You know, we're fighting for the lead. You want to get the most out of the clear track, and we thought if we could get in front, we'd press on. But, you know, we're here in the pits and a little bit upset for sure.
Disappointing. Bad luck.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.
Bit of work to do on the Thirsty Camel Commodore. They recently had a test where Nathan Pretty had a drive, and Craig tells us they've locked in their sponsors for 2011. I don't think there's anyone in world motor racing who's got it done that early.
Yokohama replay right now. McFadden out in the dirt. On the dirty side of the circuit, there's no grip there, and I can tell you, Aaron, after the rain, there's no grip out there either. It's so wet.
And Jason Gomersall has a problem with the iSeek Falcon. He simply pulls off the road and probably will get bogged for his troubles as well.
It's a big ditch. He didn't see that coming, did he?
Well, when your sponsor's iSeek, you'd think you'd seek it out.
Nice.
Anyway, back in the race, look at Grant Johnson. He's just sneaking his way through the order. This car's fast. Doesn't matter what race it is, what lap it is hooked up.
Yeah, but have a look at who's in front of him and behind him. You've got one of our Rookie of the Year competitors in Cedars there in the Newlon car right behind him, and then McDonald right in front of him. Two guys who have got plenty of supercar experiences. Jack Ellsgood lays the heat now down on Andrew Fisher in the Gloria Jeans coffee car out of the hairpin.
Now, Fisher left that door way open. It let Jack up the inside, but you can run the wide line. In the background, there was someone off the... Oh, it's Grant Johnson. Grant Johnson is off the road. Now, can he get it out of the dirt? Looks like he will.
Keep the right foot buried, son. That's what you got to do.
But look at all the spots. Look at all the championship points that he's just flushed away. Here it is again on the Yokohama replay, and just went in too wide. I don't know why he was out there.
He didn't look like he'd been held by Cedars there at all. And again, he was on the right side of the circuit, and he was just off.
Well, it was the wrong side of the circuit at the end. Here's Cedars in a fight with Gary McDonald.
On a charge, isn't he? He's just gone straight through McDonald there. You know, he's had plenty of experience here as well. First time here in a Ute, though, Aaron.
And it's working well. That right front tyre still rubbing on the guard, but it's not slowing the Kiwi. Pither leads the way on the island. Back at Phillip Island with the Yokohama V8 Utes Series protected by Armour All, and it's Chris Pither, the Icebreak Coffee Commodore, who leads the way. Now, he's been pacey all year. He's set the fastest lap in 4 of the races so far this year, but hasn't won one. No, but
you'd expect him to be fast, wouldn't you, Aaron? He's our defending New Zealand V8 Ute racing champion. He's been in the series before, probably 3 or 4 years, and he's got plenty of supercar experience. He's a pretty quick Kiwi.
What do you mean, our New Zealand Ute champion? He's New Zealand, we're Australian.
Well, that's true. But, you know, they beat us over there recently. Oh, Cedars now got the run on Jane down into the hairpin. Can he get the job done? Oh, locks it up. Jane looked in the mirror there and thought better of closing the door.
New backing this weekend for David Cedars with Dirty Dog eyewear, and I'm hoping he's wearing the shades today. He's been in a bit of action.
Yeah, he has. He ran a little bit wide just there, leading up into the hay shed. He's got the front left of the car punched in a little bit, but good to have Dirty Dog on board.
Came out of the block so strongly in the season opener in Adelaide, I should say. Probably really surprised himself more than anyone else. We knew he was a good driver coming from Formula Ford, Aussie race cars, Fujitsu V8s. But he said this is a little different in the Utes. They're a bit heavier and they play for keeps.
Well, he got a fair surprise as we see McDonald making the move on Jane now. Cedars got a fair surprise in his first reverse grid race at Winton. Aaron, he got smacked pretty heavily there. I think he's used to the format now, as we're seeing, though.
But the man, they just can't get Chris Pither at the moment. He's got the pace in race 2, of course. It doesn't hurt by the fact he did start from 10th, which we have seen drivers come from deeper in the pack, but that's still a pretty good effort.
Oh, yeah, look, absolutely. But I think
you've got the pace, keep going.
Kim Jane's crew on the radio there, just giving a bit of a pump up as McDonald now looks down the inside, down into turn 1. Who's going to blink first? McDonald, Jane, McDonald, Jane, McDonald. Jane's going to go right round the outside.
Good stuff. That's what you need to do. You need to give room at such a high speed, but I know other drivers who wouldn't have made it through there, but those two, they've been around. They know the caper.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very experienced protagonists.
Oh,
Jeremy Gray.
The Rockstar Falcon, just a small run off the road, and he's another of the Rookie of the Year contenders and just came on in front of Steve Hodges.
He's been incredibly impressive all year, and he keeps finishing in that top 5, top 6. It's been very good.
Now, we're just hearing DBA in-car with Andrew Fisher. This race has been called short, so we are on what is now the last lap. Andrew Fisher has been thinking, I've got 2 or 3 laps to do this. No, you don't. You've got about 7 corners.
As a race driver, that's one of the things that you hate the most. But when we've got cars sitting in dangerous positions, we have to have safety cars. I guess the guy, as we go on board with Jack Elsgood in the quadrant on board, the guy who would be smiling right now, however, is Chris Pither up the front there. This could be his first win being back in the series and his first win for Icebreak Ice Coffee Racing.
He's only got a couple of corners to go. Big pressure coming from Andrew Fisher, who started 7th. Jack Elsgood started 14th, and with Grant Johnson having a shocker, this could switch around the way that the championship is unfolding. But Chris Pither has shown great pace this year. He's going to finally translate that into a checkered flag.
Yeah, this will be great for his confidence leading into the final 4 races of the year. As he comes down now towards the line, the crew will no doubt be happy.
They call him Crispy Pither. Well, he's cooked them up and served it up in race 2. The Kiwi takes it out. Big weekend in terms of this race. Elsgood, that really switches around the championship picture, and the Icebreak Coffee team got to be happy.
Yeah, Wayne Williams, who prepares that car from Williams Race Tech, very, very happy. They just go about their business quietly, but Crispy there on screen, he'd be very happy inside that helmet.
Now, I was worried about that damage on the right front. The smoke did clear, and he managed to take the win. Cedars 4th from Jane. Charlie O'Brien, great drive to round out the top 10.
And where is Grant Johnson? He's back in 12th position. But here's Chris Pither, your race winner.
I'm wrapped. I've had a couple of seconds and thirds over the 4 rounds that I've done in the Icebreak Holden, and to get that first one under my belt is pretty special. So I'm stoked, and I hope there's a few more to come from it.